Health officials say 750,000 people have so far been affected by the winter vomiting bug norovirus. Cases over the last few months have been 72% higher than over the same period last year. And one Christmas cruise has turned into a holiday nightmare after at least 100 passengers on board fell sick with the highly contagious bug. Dominic Reynolds reports.
Like schools and offices across the country, this nursery class is missing quite a few people. Norovirus has hit a new high, and those who don't have it are worried about getting it.
We've had lots of parents ringing up concerned about the norovirus, and certainly those symptoms, that illness is normally at this time of year children are getting coughs and colds, but this year it's just been an unprecedented amount of children with sickness and diarrhoea.
This season there have been more than 2,500 cases of norovirus confirmed by labs. That's an increase of 72% on last year, but that's only the cases that are reported. It's thought in all more than 750,000 people have now been hit by the bug this year. So why has it spread so quickly? Well, norovirus particles stay on surfaces for days, and it doesn't take many to get infected.
It's very, very contagious. You only need to swallow 10 to 100 virus particles in order to become ill. And to put that in context, if you look at a dot in newspaper print, you can get something like 8 to 10,000 virus particles across the diameter of that dot.
That will be no surprise to the 1,800 passengers on a Baltic cruise aboard Oriana. As many as 300 of them are reported to be suffering in their berths at sea.
It's been horrendous. Some people have been tied to their cabins because the husband went down with it and the wife went down with it. And they put me on a 48-hour now lockdown, basically. You're not allowed to go out your cabin, you're not allowed to associate. They bring the meals in to you. So I think a lot of people had this and didn't report it because they didn't want the lockdown for 2 days and they didn't want the medical bills.
We spoke to P&O earlier. They said just 6 people were showing symptoms and they were following procedures to contain the bug. The Oriana will be back in Southampton tomorrow for a thorough clean, and the advice for the rest of us is to do the same. The best way to avoid catching the bug is to wash your hands with old-fashioned soap and water. Dominic Reynolds, 5 News.